The Pickleball Show is brought to you by PBX Club. PBX stands for Pickleball Excellence. Join today and get the latest pickleball tips and strategies, news and opinion. Save money on paddles and other equipment with coupon codes to online pickleball retailers. Get travel discounts to tournaments and a whole lot more. How much does it cost to become a PBX Club member? Well, it's free. Just go to freepbxclub.com. That's freepbxclub.com. There's even a link in the show notes for this episode. freepbxclub.com. PBX Pickleball Excellence. Join the club. It's free.
This is Gail Leach, author of The Art of Pickleball, and here's the host of The Pickleball Show, Chris Allen.
Thank you, Gail, and welcome to the show dedicated to helping you play better pickleball while having even more fun and meeting new friends who share your passion for this great sport. My name is Chris Allen, joining you today from Asheville, North Carolina. And what do you say? Let's walk on over and see whose paddle is in the fence today. We've got something very exciting that is happening in the pickleball world now, and you may already be aware of it, but if not, I wanted to make sure that you are aware. There is now a brand new full-color pickleball magazine that's available, and I've got my copy right here. The man responsible for it is joining us today. His name is Wayne Dollard, and he is just outside of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Wayne, how are you today?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me.
Now tell us about your pickleball story. How did you come to discover pickleball, and how long ago was it?
I've been an avid tennis player my whole life. I'm 46 years old. And I got into the sport of platform tennis back in the early 90s and launched a magazine for platform tennis in 99. And year after year, I would go down to the Villages in Florida for Thanksgiving to visit my in-laws, where I would teach platform tennis clinics to the people in the Villages. Mm-hmm. And year after year, especially over the past 5 or 6 years, I would hear that ball going back and forth, that ping, ping, ping. So eventually, I guess maybe about 3 years ago or so, I would, after teaching the clinics for a couple hours, I would go over and I'd pick up some paddles and I'd play pickleball with the locals for a couple hours. And I enjoyed that as much as or more than I enjoyed the platform tennis.
So after that, you were hooked.
After that, I would say that I was hooked in so much as every time I went to the Villages, I really looked forward to playing it. But coming from Pittsburgh, I didn't know how big the sport was. I didn't know where it was at. And so I was hooked in my mind, but I didn't follow up on it and playing in Pittsburgh at all.
What was the pickleball scene like in Pittsburgh at that time?
Well, as far as I know, it was non-existent. I'm not really sure, but I could tell you what it is now is that I have found local places to play, several, and it's growing every week. And there's a high school tournament around here in our South Hills of Pittsburgh where there's 300 kids that play in an annual tournament. So it's growing fast. It's good to see.
It really is. And this magazine is really good to see as well. This is a high-quality, full-color magazine. This is not just some little, newsletter with a staple in the middle. This is the magazine that pickleball deserves. You've got contributors from all over the country, a who's who of the pickleball world. Lots of friends of the Pickleball Show are featured in here. Melissa McCurley's in there, Prem Carnot. You mentioned that you originally did a platform tennis magazine, so you've been playing that for a number of years. What can platform tennis bring to a pickleball player? Are there techniques or skills that you picked up in that game that instantly helped you when you started playing pickleball on a regular basis?
Definitely, yes. Well, I think any racket or paddle sport brings a lot over to pickleball. Starting in tennis, just to start there, if you could play tennis successfully in college level, it's very easy to go into the paddle games and pick those games up as well. With platform tennis, the paddle is the same length, and the court size is the badminton court. It's the exact same size court. Mm-hmm. So the transition was very similar. A feel for the ball was similar. The net height was a little bit lower than a tennis net. You learn to volley. You're hitting in a platform tennis point. You're hitting maybe 5 to 15 volleys on every single point. So it's very very similar, and you have to get the feel for that close contact, that volley game. So it was a great crossover, and all my friends who play platform tennis that are picking up pickleball, they just love the game. They just love pickleball because it's so similar in many ways, and just a great crossover sport for any racket sport, I think.
Is the ball significantly different?
It is. In platform tennis, the ball is it's a solid foam rubber ball. So the weight is much heavier, and the paddle is also about 2 to 3 times heavier as well. So there are some differences in the equipment, but it's the same manufacturers, the Vikings and Wilsons and Harrow Sports, same manufacturers, but they make a different type of equipment, a heavier equipment, much heavier.
Now, one of the articles in the magazine here, one that has your byline on it, is called "What's the Right Paddle for Me?"
There you go.
What paddle have you settled on personally right now?
Oh, I don't want to upset any of my advertisers. I'll tell you this. I went to the national championships, and I didn't know much about the sport. I decided I want to launch this magazine around August, and then I went to the national championships in November, and they had a demo day. And at that demo day, I went to the 6 or 7 courts of all the manufacturers, and I tested the paddles and found one that I liked from every manufacturer. So I have a paddle I really liked from Gamma was the Atomic. From Engage, I really like the Encore. From Paddletech, I really like the Bantam. I think it's the EXL, I think it's called. I use that one a lot as well. Selkirk has a great paddle. I really like the 30P XL. I also have a paddle from Pickleball Inc. Many different paddles I use. I'm trying to find out what is for me. I've only been playing the game for a few months, but I'm around a 4 or 5 right now. And I'm still playing with a very hard, fast-hitting paddle. What I've noticed, a lot of the top players are playing with a softer paddle. So I haven't got to that point where I feel comfortable with that yet. I'm more of a bang-bang player. So I'm sure as I get better, I'll switch to a softer paddle. What quality are you looking for? Is there a certain weight that you tend to favor? Well, the one paddle I've been using the most lately has been the Engage's Encore paddle. And I think that's around 7.5 ounces, roughly. Yeah. That weight feels good for me. It's more about the spring the ball has off the paddle. And when I was doing this article, what's the right paddle for me? The reason I did this article is because I wanted to learn what the differences were. I wanted to know the different skins that were on the paddle surface, the different cores, the different weights, and what they really meant to play. At first, I thought every paddle has got to be pretty much the same. And what I quickly learned after demoing about 30 paddles at the Nationals was that the paddles are very different. They're all very different. And so, I like that specific feel of a harder faced paddle, a more firm core. That's what's for me. I even played with some of the paddles that were by some of the quote-unquote mom-and-pop manufacturers, and I found their quality to be very high, very impressive. And I would put many of those paddles up against the top manufacturers. The quality and the playability of them, I think, are excellent as well. Now, do you mainly publish sporting magazines, or what's the bread and butter of your company? The primary business my company does is I own 39 different magazines stretching across Pennsylvania that are community-based magazines, each one mailed out to 10 to 20,000 households in an area. And that's what I've been doing for the past 15 years. Platform tennis is my what I did for fun, and now Pickleball is the new magazine I'm doing for fun and for the enjoyment of it. And it's been a wonderful 3 or 4 months since we first announced our launch. I guess in November. It's been wonderful. The people have been absolutely great. Subscriptions are pouring in every day. The USAPA has been so supportive of everything we've done. Manufacturers. It's been the warmest reception of any magazine we've ever started. Well, I can tell you from firsthand experience, because this is our 50th episode of the Pickleball Show, and this is our 1-year anniversary. Wayne, you are never going to find just a better group of people to work with and to serve. Yes, I've been very surprised, pleasantly surprised. It was just unexpected. I expected the magazine to be well received, but the overwhelming, the letters, the emails, the phone calls, I've never received quite that result before, so it's been very exciting. Now, what about the USAPA? Because you are able to use their logo on the cover of the magazine, and you say recognized by the USAPA as the official magazine of pickleball. How did that partnership come about? Well, when I first decided to do the magazine, what I was doing was I was playing golf in Pittsburgh on a golf course when the vice president of Gamma Sports came up to me, knowing that I published these other magazines, and he asked if we had any intentions of doing a pickleball magazine. And I pretty much dismissed it. And then a few days later, the vice president of Wilson Racket Sports, Terry Graham, who's now running the U.S. Open in Florida, she called me with the same question. How can I get you into this pickleball? So I called up the USAPA and started asking questions. And I spoke with Justin Maloof, their executive director. And Justin gave me all the information that really got me interested. 2.5 million players, 4,000 places to play. The sport's growing by double-digit numbers every year. It was very exciting when I found that information. So I started making a plan for a magazine, and I went out to visit Justin a couple months later, the first week of November, and we put together a deal on an arrangement that we have with the USAPA today.
A very generous deal because you make digital copies of the magazine free to all USAPA members.
That's correct. The magazine at newsstands is $5.50 an issue. We sell subscriptions for $20 a year. It's 6 issues, so subscriptions are $20 a year. The arrangement we have with the USAPA is all USAPA members can get the magazine for $12 a year, or they can get the magazine emailed to them for free. I figured that we sent this out that we'd mostly get people just wanting the emailed magazine, but as I said a few moments ago, in the past 3 weeks, we've signed up 600 new subscribers to the magazine for the hard copy.
Oh, that is great. And I've done both there. When the email first came out, I got that and read it on my computer and waited for my hard copy to come, and it arrived in the mail just a few days later. And that was even more enjoyable, I guess, because I'm old school, and it's nice. I love the Kindle and I love the iPad and reading things on my phone and stuff, but there's no substitute to have a printed hard copy here of a magazine you can thumb through and look at the pictures, look at all the information that you have in here.
Yeah, I agree. I talked to several of my friends who I put a focus group together, their favorite magazine that they currently receive, and I asked them if they got that magazine for free, would they continue to purchase the physical hard copy? And every one of them said yes.
Yeah, that is what you call a no-brainer right there. $12 a year if you are a USAPA member to subscribe, 6 issues, that's $2 an issue. $20 a year if you're not a USAPA member. But think about this, though. It's $25 a year to belong to the USAPA, so why not sign up, save the $8, put that toward the membership, bada bing, bada boom, you got them both. What a deal. And to get your subscription to the new Pickleball magazine, just go to pickleballrocks.com, our friend Rocket Grubb's website, pickleballrocks.com, or you can go to thepickleballmag.com. And of course, you know us, we'll link to both of those in the show notes below. You can just click on over and get your subscription. Wayne, what can we look forward to in upcoming issues or the next issue of Pickleball magazine?
We have a whole year's schedule planned out already. But in the next issue, rather than the first issue, we focused on the paddles. The second issue, we're focusing on the ball manufacturers and all the new rules and regulations for the new balls that are coming out.
Oh, that will definitely be must-reading. Looking forward to that issue. All right, Wayne, thank you for joining us again today. And I know you've been battling a cold, so I really do appreciate you making time for us and look forward to talking to you again.
Well, thank you very much.
And we'd like to thank you for joining us today as well. Hey, have you gotten your copy of the top 10 tips from Pickleball's 3 greatest coaches? Coach Mo, Deb Harrison, Prem Carnot, all together in one quick study guide that will definitely take your game to the next level. It's absolutely free. You don't need a credit card. All you need is an email address. Just head over to freepbxclub.com. That's freepbxclub.com. We'll send it right out to you. Also, head over to iTunes, hit that subscribe button. You'll never miss an episode of The Pickleball Show. Plus, if you feel it's appropriate, leave us a 5-star review, which boosts us up in the rankings and makes it a lot easier for other pickleball players around the world to find this show. I'm Chris Allen. This is The Pickleball Show. And until next week, keep 'em low. The Pickleball Show is brought to you by PBX Club. PBX stands for Pickleball Excellence. Join today and get the latest pickleball tips and strategies, news and opinion. Save money on paddles and other equipment with coupon codes to online pickleball retailers. Get travel discounts to tournaments and a whole lot more. How much does it cost to become a PBX Club member? Well, it's free. Just go to freepbxclub.com. That's freepbxclub.com. There's even a link in the show notes for this episode. freepbxclub.com. PBX Pickleball Excellence. Join the club. It's free.